everybody, this is Jace, also known to many of you as Brandon. But guys, I want to officially welcome you to my YouTube channel, Cooking and Cocktailing. You guys have been asking me for the last few years for recipes or either show you how to make things. So this is what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to combine a couple of my favorite hobbies, which is cooking and cocktailing, and I'm going to show you guys how I make everything. There's a couple of things I want you guys to take away from these videos. I want to show you guys how to make fast, quick meals, but also incorporate healthier alternatives, as well as use a lot of the freshest ingredients. The second thing, we have to work on our plating. Y'all, I am so tired of seeing these struggle plates that people post on social media. We're done with all of that. So I'm gonna be working with you guys on that and show you exactly how I plate everything. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like this video. Also, drop down in those comments and let me know what you think. And also, you can let me know if there's some dishes that you would like to see me make. So today, I'm gonna be making seared scallops topped with Sriracha Wine Sauce, a little bit of wild rice, and some sauteed spinach. It's only gonna take you about 15 minutes. So let me know what you think. And guys, let's go ahead and get it started. Start out with 1 pound of the largest scallops that you can find. I got these fresh from Costco for $14 a pound, and I ended up with about 9, but I'm only gonna use 6 today for myself because I'm gonna use the other 3 for an omelet. Now rinse your scallops under cold water and pull off any extra pieces that may be hanging off. Once you've patted them dry, sprinkle kosher salt all over them. This is going to draw out a lot of the water inside. And see, here's the thing about searing scallops. You want them as dry as possible before you put them into the skillet, because if too much water releases, it's going to cause them to split open, and nobody wants split ass scallops. So this process is only going to take a couple minutes. While we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and get our rice started. This is my favorite blend of rice that I always use, and you probably see this in most of the pictures that I post containing rice. It's a blend of white, brown, wild, and red rice, and you can find this at any supermarket for about $6 a container. Now in a saucepan, heat up 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then you want to saute 1 clove of fresh minced garlic. And yeah, I said fresh garlic. Do not use that jar shit that's sitting in water. Trust me, it does not give off the same flavor. After about a minute, or whenever your garlic becomes fragrant, add 1 cup of the rice to the pan. Here, I'm pretty much just gonna toast my rice. I find that whenever I do this first, my rice never sticks together and I always end up with perfect rice. So for about a minute, you just wanna stir your rice around just to make sure none of the rice sticks to the bottom of the pan. Next, add 2 cups of hot water, and you see the rice will immediately come to a boil. Pause. Alright, some of you may already know about this or either use it. This is called Better Than Bouillon. This is the key to getting good flavored rice. It's a chicken base that's organic, it's lower in sodium, and it's actually made from real chicken. Unlike that powdered stuff that you find or either those cubes, which is pretty much just salt, artificial chicken flavor, and about 20 ingredients that you can't even pronounce. Now just add 1 teaspoon of this to the rice. Just stir it around until it dissolves. Then place your lid on and simmer and steam the rice for about 10 minutes or until it's done. Now it's been about 5 minutes. You see how much water has come out of the scallops? This is what you want to see. Now just take a dry paper towel and gently pat them and rub them. Here you want to take off the salt and soak up as much water as possible. And remember to do this gently because the scallops are really delicate and you do not want to tear them. While doing that, you want to place them down onto another dry paper towel, and as you can see, the scallops will begin to stick. Now place 1 more paper towel on top and gently pat it to get out the last of the moisture. Now I'm just sprinkling some pink sea salt and I'm going to crack some black pepper on top. This is all you really need for scallops. When you over season or just use a bunch of different seasonings on scallops, it takes away from that natural fresh sea taste, and that's what you want to have with scallops. So just salt and pepper, that's it. And obviously you want to season both sides. Now in a hot skillet, add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Once the oil is hot, place each scallop in the skillet flat side down. As you notice, some of the water that is still inside of the scallop will begin to release and some of that oil will begin to pop. Always remember when searing scallops, you only want to flip them once. So just depending upon how thick they are, each side should only take about 3 to 4 minutes. This is what you should be working with. I hate cleaning up oil, so if you have a splatter screen, use one, but do not use a lid because you don't want to steam the scallops. You only want that seared. I just take a quick look at your rice, and it looks like it should be ready in about 5 minutes. It's been about 3.5 minutes now, so I'm just gonna check my scallops. See, this is exactly what you want, that nice brown, crispy edge. That looks good. All right, now just go ahead and flip all of the scallops over and allow the other sides to cook. All right, it's been about 3 minutes, but I just want to check them to make sure they're not burning or anything. Oh shit. All right, you see that one's not quite ready yet. So just flip it back over and allow it to sear for about another minute. All right, it's been 1 minute and I know these are done now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove them from the skillet. And then I'm gonna get my sauce started. We're gonna be making our sauce in the same hot skillet. Do not get rid of those brown bits you see. That's also called the fond. You wanna keep that because it's gonna give our sauce a lot of flavor. Now add a good splash of any white wine, probably about 1/4 of a cup. I'm using Sauvignon Blanc. I just think that the sweetness from that wine just kind of helps balance out the spiciness of the Sriracha. Then add 1 tablespoon of butter and allow it to melt. And as you see, the fond will start to release from the bottom of the skillet. I'm going to add a little bit more wine here. I just prefer more of the wine taste in this sauce, but it's totally up to you. You just have to play around with it and figure out what you like. Now squeeze in the juice from half of a lemon. The acidity from the lemon is just going to help balance out all of your flavors, from the spiciness to the sweetness from the wine and the butter. Now just add however much Sriracha you like. I'm adding about 2 tablespoons, but it's just your personal preference, however much heat you think you can handle. Then just sprinkle a little bit of sea salt and you're almost done. Now just scrape up the last of the fond from the bottom of the skillet, then turn your stove down really low and just simmer for about 2 minutes, and then you're done. The sauce will begin to thicken, and this is exactly what you want. The last thing we're going to do is saute our spinach. Wash and dry the spinach before you remove the wrapper. This way it makes it easier to get rid of the stems. Now in a hot skillet, add 1 tablespoon of olive oil along with 1 clove of minced garlic. Once your garlic is ready, turn off the fire or either move your skillet to a cold eye. Then you want to add your spinach. The reason I say turn off the fire is because the skillet is already hot. Spinach only takes about 30 seconds to cook, and you do not want to overcook it by continuing to heat the skillet. Listen people, sauteed spinach is still supposed to have a little bit of a crunch to it. It's not supposed to be soggy and watery. So now you just want to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt and then crack some fresh black pepper over it. Now just for a little bit of heat, add some crushed red pepper. Now just give it a quick stir and your spinach is done. Here's the fun part, plating the food. Place some spinach down first and then just top it with a generous portion of the rice mix. You want to create a flat surface so your scallops will stand upright. Now just place the scallops on top of the rice, and it's okay to use your fingers. I find it easier than using tongs, and like the late hilarious Auntie Fiaz used to say, it's your shit. Just play around with it for a few seconds until your presentation is right. Now take a spoon and drizzle however much of that Sriracha sauce you want all over the scallops. And for a little bit of color, just chop up some fresh Italian parsley and then sprinkle it on top. Finally, just take a damp paper towel and wipe the edges of your plate. You see that scallop's giving me a hard time, it keeps sliding down. But that's an easy fix, I just move it back up and I'm good to go. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe, like the video, and also leave me some comments. Let me know what you think.